Last night, I achieved the pinnacle of gaming accomplishments in 2022. I finally reached level 100 in Halo Infinite's Battle Pass. After 84 hours of tediously tackling a multitude of challenges ranging from collecting kills in Team Slayer to stopping another player's kill streak, it was a grind, but it was one that at first I was particularly enjoying. See, it's not every day that an FPS can keep me engaged solely based on gameplay, but Halo Infinite was different. Hell, I put out a video on this channel and quite a few on my second with gameplays and discussions surrounding just how much I'm enjoying the game. After about 30 hours, that drive to collect yet another visor cosmetic withered as I queued up for another Team Slayer match on Behemoth. I spawned in, looked around, and saw yet another random teammate AFK in spawn as I was sent to the slaughter. A few deaths later, I realized that same teammate had turned into a 343 robot, and I thought to myself, why? Why am I continuing to pursue these mediocre challenges to unlock mediocre attachments that I can't even put onto the Spartan armor that I'm wearing? But then another dopamine hit sucked me back in like a succubus under satin sheets. Another 10 levels of grinding for the Fracture Tenrai event number 2, unlocking cosmetics for an armor I don't even care to wear, but I grinded it out. I got my challenges completed, but at what cost? See, Halo Infinite is a good game if you're only talking about the gameplay itself. The feel of the weapons, the movement, and the sounds are some of the best Halo that you can play. But that's where my happiness actually stops with this FPS. The progression system in this game is some of the worst in gaming, with challenges being the only way to progress and unlock anything within this game. And of course, some of these challenges are ridiculous to say the least. Things like stopping an enemy's kill streak is such a strain on my brain because now I have to wait for an enemy to kill my team and I enough to get the kill streak, and then I have to be the one to stop it, and I have to do that multiple times. The latest Halo event, Tactical Ops Tactical Slayer, on paper should be a great game mode for me. My favorite game mode in all Halos was SWAT, especially in Halo 4, battle rifles and headshots only. Only now, you may spawn in with Manglers instead of battle rifles. Manglers, arguably the worst weapon in the game, and if not worst, among the worst at best. But you have to complete these event challenges in order to unlock the exclusive cosmetics, and you can only have 4 challenges active at one time, and you have to slump your way through the truly bullshit ones in order to progress. And this is my core issue with the entire progression design. The challenges themselves would be really cool if it was an extra incentive to progress through the battle pass quicker. So the better you do in a game, the more XP you get towards the battle pass. And then if you complete challenges, it's extra XP on top of it. But the challenges are the only way, and it's designed in such a way to eventually be a burden on your enjoyment of the game. Who wants to kill a bunch of enemies using an underpowered shit weapon just to get a few hundred XP? Now I need to log in, play Fiesta, and hope that I spawn with that shitty weapon, and then I need to go get kills with it against players using rocket launchers and swords and snipers and everything that's just so much better than using a fucking mangler. But the egregious thing here is that 343 has created such a terrible system, but then they sell you the solution. Yeah, you can pay money to gather what they call challenge swap tokens, which allows you to swap a challenge out with a random new one, which will most likely also be really, really stupid. They've created a problem that pretty much every other FPS game has already solved or never had an issue with in the first place, and then they sell you the solution to the problem, and it's scummy as fuck. On top of the fact that certain cosmetics that you unlock can't be used on certain Spartan cores, and some specific cosmetics that you purchase from the store at astronomical prices, I might add, can't be used on certain cores. The whole idea of Spartan cores was sold to us as this.
So this is one of our new systems. So one of the things when we stepped back in design, we wanted to rethink how do we help make sure that our players are really represented as characters. And when you take a look at Spartan armor, it's like strapping on an F-22. Or maybe you want a set of armor that is like an M1 Abrams tank, right? Each one of those vehicles is unique and has a unique character.
But the idea of having multiple cores that can only have certain cosmetics on it is a direct contradiction to what the devs promoted before launch, and it's a blatant money-making scheme, and it's just really sad that one of the most notable AAA FPS franchises in history has stooped this low. Yes, I get it. It's free to play. Yes, I got quite a few hours out of it as well, but that doesn't excuse this kind of behavior from a first-party studio at Microsoft, as if they couldn't just sell the entire package as a complete product for full price and make hundreds of millions of dollars. Which actually brings up another point. Where the fuck is the full product? The fact that the co-op campaign was delayed at launch to begin with is just so stupid to me, especially after Halo 5 not having split-screen co-op. The community lost their shit, and 343 came out and said that moving forward, every Halo game would offer split-screen, and now Infinite doesn't even launch with co-op, and nobody's really batting an eye. No Forge at launch is something that just shouldn't have been accepted, but recently it was announced that co-op, originally slated to release in May at the start of Season 2, is now being delayed to sometime this summer with no release date set in stone. As for Forge, that's still on track for the launch of Season 3, whenever the hell that is. So on top of getting cut content at launch and literal drip feed, if you could even call it that, content drops for multiplayer, combined with free-to-play scumminess of mobile games tied into the biggest FPS in the world at its core, no, not at the shitty Spartan core, but at the core of the multiplayer of Halo, it should be increasingly clear to everyone that the industry is in a really rough spot. But what's the solution? The solution now is what it's always been. Stop buying the shit. Stop spending money on stupid weapon charms and cosmetics for a game that doesn't even give you the proper progression system that you have just become accustomed to from every single other FPS on the market. Stop accepting the excuses that developers put out when leading up to launches. They always promote, they always talk about the players, they talk about the lore, they talk about the customization and the expression that players can have by customizing Spartans. Stop buying into the bullshit, because time and time again, they are just proving to us that the marketing people at these studios are doing such a fantastic job, while the development teams are lacking in every single aspect of their jobs. My name is Big Fry. I want to thank every single member of this channel. You guys are throwing up your money every month to support me and the content that I do. If you guys want to become a member, click the join button down below. Pick up a mouse pad and a t-shirt on my website, ttkapparel.com. The mouse pads, we only have a few left, so make sure you guys pick one up if you want one. Halo Infinite got the swift uninstall as soon as I hit level 100. It wasn't even something to be proud of. It was something that I just wanted to check off so I didn't have to think about it again. And that's just fucking sad. Stay safe, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.